Good afternoon, all you fabulous directors from Team Wickless Worldwide. I just wanted to make sure that all of you have received your planner that I sent you, and I am hoping that you are finding it useful and that it'll be something that will be a great tool for you throughout the year to keep you on track and keep you very intentional in your Scentsy business from day to day. I did feel like I needed to do a little explaining or overview of the planner just to kind of tell you how I use it, and maybe that will help you in your use of it as well. And you'll have to forgive me for my filming here because I will do the very best that I can to show you what I need to with just me filming it. I do need to put on my glasses though, my old lady glasses, in order to read what I need to out of the planner. So, one thing that I did want to point out to you, the two quotes that I have at the front of the planner, they are there on purpose. And the reason being is that these are things that I feel like I struggle with as a director. And so I thought, well, maybe you guys struggle with this as well. And so I want you to look at those things often and remind yourself that the people that are around you in your family and within your home are the most important thing, and they always will be. And so that's why I have that quote in there. What is most important almost always involves the people around us. So make sure that you keep that thought in mind and always put your family first. And then the second thing is, or the second quote is, I will hold myself to a standard of grace, not perfection. And that's something that I struggle with on a pretty regular basis. I think that I see what other people are doing. I compare myself a lot, and I need to just kind of cut myself a break and know that I am doing the very best that I can, whether it's in my Scentsy business or as a mother or as a wife. I truly am doing the very best that I can, and I know that you guys are as well. So let's try to be more aware of that this year and cut ourselves a break from time to time. Be intentional in your business and in your actions, but don't expect perfection of yourself. So wanted to make sure you were aware of that. And then the next thing in the calendar is the year overview. And the reason that I put this in there for you guys right up front is I have found that because I'm such a visual person, I like to actually see the entire year together, like in one place, where I can glance at it and I can say, okay, this is what I have on the calendar for February. This is what I have coming in May, whatever it is. So we have some events that are the same for all of us that are already listed on there, like Spring Sprint and Scentsy Family Reunion. But I would encourage you to go through and highlight the days that you already have things scheduled, whether it be for your personal life or your Scentsy life. And then that way, as you're planning things and you're looking forward and kind of forecasting for the year or trying to make a plan for the whole year, you can kind of see months where you have a little bit more time, where you have more opportunity to book more parties, or maybe look for an event or something. But for me, I already know that I have certain things that I have on my calendar. I have something scheduled on February 1st. I have, Spring Sprint. I have something on the 6th of February. I have a training that I'm actually going to be going to with other superstar directors, put on by Dave Ramsey here locally. And then on the 27th, I have a luncheon where I'm actually going to be providing some Grace Adele information and product to the wives of the Idaho State legislators. So, things like that. Just get them all on their events, parties, whatever, as they come up, add them in so that you have a quick snapshot of your entire year. And then the next thing, of course, is the monthly calendar. And on the monthly calendar, I not only put my Scentsy stuff, but once again, I put all of my personal stuff. On every calendar or every page of this, you're going to find that I actually have personal stuff worked right into my Scentsy life. And I think the reason for that is because we do need to keep in mind that it's not about balancing, it's about running all of this like a symphony, like Orville says at boot camp. There are times when you've got things that you've got to do for your Scentsy business. There's times that you've got to do things for your family, for a church, whatever it is. But they all need to kind of work in harmony with one another. And so I think that if you have a planner for one planner for all of your stuff, it's the best approach. At the bottom of the monthly calendar, I have some key behaviors that might be something that you want to implement and do. To keep you very intentional in revenue generating activities for your business and for your downline, to actually engage with them on a very regular basis. And if, as you are using this, if you find there are other things that you would like to see on that, go ahead and add them in. And then next year, if I make another one, you can easily tell me, this is what I would like you to put in there. It is my goal to actually make you one of these every year. So definitely make notes, things that you would like to see changed or added, and I will try to make those changes. Now, Scentsy Corporate does have a copy of this because somebody did take it into an executive meeting, and so who knows? Maybe they'll make something like this. I have no idea, but if they don't, I'm totally prepared to make a new and improved one next year. And then the goal section. The goal section here is actually something that, I hope I had that in there, anyway, is something that I had in the planner when I first started, the little planner that came in the startup kit, and I loved it. It, you know, as somebody when you're starting, if you're not really close to the person that sponsors you, I think having these goals and looking at them every day keeps you very accountable and keeps you very motivated. And that's what it did for me. And I think as a director, sometimes it's very easy to not feel accountable to anybody because, I mean, we're not really, right? And we're all we're running our own businesses and our own teams. But this really will keep you accountable to yourself. Just be accountable to your planner and actually utilize that. And then the meals and the shopping list, that's just something that I know as a mom and being as busy as I am, the meal planner and the shopping list really just helps me alleviate some of the stress that I have in my life because I will have my meals planned out for the entire week. And I don't know about you, but if I know what we're having for dinner from day to day, everything just seems to go so much more smoothly. And then obviously the shopping list. As I run out of things, I try to just write things on the shopping list. And then we come to the number page, and the number page doesn't really need a lot of explanation. It's just something that I encourage you guys to actually use because it is actually really powerful to see your numbers once you like finish the month and you start a new month, and you can kind of start seeing trends from month to month where it's like, oh, you know what, every month around the 20th I see like a huge spike, or you know, the first 10 days of the month, gee, maybe we need to like start an incentive for the first 10 days of the month for our team because, you know, not much happens, whatever. And then also from year to year, if you save these planners, you'll be able to see year over year your patterns and growth. And then the fortune is in the follow-up page. It's kind of my working list, and hopefully you guys all have this too. It's my working list that I will have of potential recruits, hostesses, and customers, people that I want to follow up with. And if I contact them this month and they don't respond or they don't say no, then I will, move them forward to the next month if they don't actually sign up or something, because I think they're still considered. There's still potential, right? So now will I contact them every month? No, I'm not going to be a stalker, but I definitely will move them forward so that I can keep them in mind, and then maybe a couple months down the road I might contact them again. But this is just something that can keep you really organized when it comes to your personal follow-up with your recruits, hostesses, and customers. And then the to-do list. This is probably the page that needs maybe the most explanation. There's not a to-do list here for every day of the month, and so it can be a little confusing. But the way it works is basically you write down the stuff that you need to do, and then as you complete it, you cross it out with a handy dandy highlighter. And so then, because if you're like me, you don't complete everything that you have on your list from day to day, and there's always stuff that carries over. And so instead of writing your list over and over each day and moving things from one day to the next day, you can actually just keep that same list going for the entire month. And I love it because there are things like, you'll notice at the very beginning of my list, it says bookings, and then it says YouTube, because I needed to post some things to YouTube, and then Postnet, which is the place where I mail things, and then recruits. And so the reason I put bookings and recruits and I haven't crossed them off is because I want to actually remember to work on those every day of the month. And so they have not been highlighted yet because they're not complete. And but I just keep adding to the list, and it's really easy to just look down real quick and see what is not highlighted and know that I still need to do it. So that's how the to-do list works. And then over to the orders to enter. If you are like me, your life is just super crazy busy, and people would text me orders or call me, or I'd pick up a piece of paper while I was talking to them and write it down on a piece of paper, and then I try to keep all my papers together, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I need one place to just put all my orders. So that is why this page is there, because of my lack of organization. So every time somebody texts me or calls me or Facebooks me or whatever with an order, I write it down on the orders to enter page. And then when I have enough for a party, then I go ahead and enter it. And then training and team notes. If there's a training topic that comes to your mind, this would be the place to write it down. Team notes. So as I do my interviews with my team members, my downline and my frontline and my directors, this is where I can keep notes. Just a quick little jot down of something that I maybe need to remember in regards to the phone call that I had with that person. So anyway, I certainly hope that this planner is something that you'll use and you'll find beneficial to your personal life and your Scentsy life. And just know that I appreciate you guys and love every one of you. And I hope that 2014 is awesome. It truly is your year, and you need to make it as awesome as you possibly can, and hopefully this will help you. So just remember, I want you to believe more, achieve more, lead more, and give more. And you guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.